hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. No matter what you say, what you do, when I'm alone, I have to be with you.
Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is such an exciting video, and I know you've probably already seen 10, 20, 30, 40 different reviews slash first impressions slash demos on these products, but I specifically had one comment, actually 2 comments asking about it. So I am here to tell you my thoughts on the new Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. This is upside down. Fenty Beauty by Rihanna. I am so excited. If you guys know me, if you like really know me, like Rihanna is my queen over anyone else. Like she is like I just bow down. So I was so excited, and I gotta be 100% honest, I was thoroughly convinced that this brand was not going to be cruelty free because I kept hearing worldwide, 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 and I was really upset, and because I was like, Rihanna, I just want to use your makeup products. That's all I want in my life. Nevertheless, I think about 2 or 3 days before, I saw Trend Mood. If you don't know who Trend Mood is, I will link her Instagram down below. That's how I hear about all the makeup news. My bag almost dropped. I just can't let this bag drop, you know? But anyways, she posted on her Instagram that the entire brand, entire line was 100% cruelty free, their suppliers, everything. So I was so excited because you guys know, regardless if it was Rihanna, I wasn't gonna use it if it wasn't cruelty free. That was a double negative. Did that make sense? I think it did make sense. But anyways, let's just quit blabbering on because I could talk for ages. But if you guys are new here, my name is Kendra. I usually don't look this scary because I usually have makeup on. And I post 3 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But this is going up on a Saturday, so this is a bonus video. And that is so awesome. And I hope you guys enjoy. And let's just get right on into it. Okay, so actually I already demoed the foundation, and I have vlog clips showing you guys how it lasted throughout the day, and I even went to the gym and came back and showed you what my face looked like after that. I will insert those clips after I'm done applying this onto my face before I give you guys some final thoughts on it. I am so excited. Funny story, I actually bought all of this online, and then it was gonna come Tuesday, and I went to Sephora on Monday, and I found out that I had purchased like the wrong shade of foundation, like everything. So I'm really glad that I actually went in store because I ended up not liking certain shades that I bought. Anyway, so I returned what I bought online and bought all of it in store. Quick note, I did not buy the primer because the primer sounded like a dry-skinned girl's nightmare. Like mattifying silicone-y primer is just not for me. But I did prime my face using my Becca First Light priming filter. You guys know this is my ride or die primer, and I know it works with everything, and I've tested it out with this, and I know it works with this. So let's go ahead and apply this foundation. Just in case you're wondering, I got the shade 160, which is considered warm peach. I'm obsessed with the packaging. It is so sleek and luxe and like, ugh. I just love it. It's called the Pro Filt'r. You're supposed to shake it before you use it. It just says soft matte longwear foundation at the bottom, by the way. All right, I am gonna open up one of my other products to use as a mirror because I don't have, if I could get it open, I don't have another little mirror in front of me, so I'm gonna use this as my mirror today, and let's get into it. Oh, I forgot to mention, I bought the beauty sponge she came out with, and I'm really excited to try it because I've heard really good things about it. This is a first impressions. I will let you guys know if I feel like it's blending as well as my beauty blender would blend. This foundation does dry fairly fast, so I would work quickly with it. That is one thing I will say about it. It does dry quite fast, and I believe that's just because it's water-based. So I'm just gonna work half of my face and then go in with the other half. Okay, so this half has the foundation on, this half does not. And that's just one layer. This is pretty light coverage, but this is ideal for me. I do prefer light coverage. I definitely don't want full coverage. I don't want my freckles to all go away. This shade was the best shade match for me. It does slightly get darker. They tried to explain to me in the store that it's not oxidizing, but because the water dries, when it dries down onto your face, that the color from the water dries dark. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but that's what they told me in the store. So far, this sponge is actually doing a very good job, and I am so impressed because I have searched day in and day out for a sponge as good as the Beauty Blender. So here is my face with the foundation completely blended out. One, I love the color of this foundation. I think it works perfectly with my skin tone, especially with my freckles. If you have as many freckles, like I'm not just saying like a cute few freckles across your nose. If your face is covered in freckles like me, you know how hard it is to shade match, because like it might match your skin beneath your freckles, but then it makes your freckles look gray, or it might match your freckles, but it's too dark for your face, or you might find a similar shade to both, but because your freckles are much darker, it's too dark for your skin. You know, it's just, it can turn into a nightmare. And I'm sure there's some of you out there who know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so I am going to insert the clips that I have from my vlog camera. I will insert them now, and then right after I will tell you just a few more thoughts I have going along in my head with this foundation. Okay guys, so I have had the foundation on since like a little before 9 a.m. this morning, and it is currently, let's see, 5:50. So that's just about like what, 9 hours or so. So it's not like a 12-hour wear test or a 14-hour wear test, but I think the foundation is awesome. It does settle into your fine lines, but it's not too bad to like really throw it off. What I love is that I didn't have to set this foundation, and that is insane because usually I use dewy foundations or tinted moisturizers, and those are super tacky, so I always have to set those down. But I love that I didn't have to set this down. Is it drier on me? Yes. But is it good? Yes. Also, I do think this was like the best shade match I could have found for myself. Just look. It looks pretty good still. I would definitely say it's long wearing. I actually wanted to say one more thing. I'm about to go to the gym, so maybe I'll do a check-in after to see what it looks like when I've completely sweated in it. But I am just obsessed with the way my skin looks, and I think it has to do with me not having to powder down my face, because all I did was set my under eyes with the concealer and the nose where I also have concealer. And I think just like not having to powder my face, I think that's why I love the way it looks so much. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys that I just love the way that my skin looks. I love, like, my natural dewiness is still shining through, but it's just like, oh, I don't know, I just really like it. Okay, so foundation held up kind of well. Not amazing, but again, can you really expect a foundation to hold up really amazing when you're sweating your literal face off? Literally. My hair is wet still. So ultimately, if you have really dry skin, I would highly suggest making sure that you use a good moisturizer before you use this, and then a hydrating primer. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis because I have dry skin. So regardless of the foundation I use, usually I'm using a hydrated primer or like a hydrated and glowy primer. It's just what it is. If you have dry skin, you know what I'm talking about. Other than that, I think the description of this foundation is perfect. It is definitely a soft matte. I see my natural like glow shining through, but this is definitely not a dewy foundation, so it definitely is what it, you know, a soft matte, maybe slightly satiny, especially depending on the primer you go in with before. I love this foundation. I love the way it makes my skin look, and I was very shocked about how much I would love it because I have really dry skin and it's a matte foundation. And if you guys previously watched my Too Faced Peaches and Cream collection review, I did not like that foundation because it was too dry for my skin and it was a matte foundation. So I was a little nervous for this, but I'm so pleasantly surprised and I freaking love it. I love this coverage. You could definitely build it up with a second layer to get medium to full coverage, but for me, this is perfect. Okay, so at this point in the other videos, you might have seen them go in with the matchstick to conceal. I did not buy that because I knew I would hate it regardless of how good it was. It just wasn't gonna work on me. It would crease really badly. It would be too dry. So I did not buy the matchstick for highlight or contour. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to conceal and contour, bronze, whatever you wanna call it, and then I will jump right back with you guys. I'm also gonna do my eyebrows and my eyeshadow, and then I'll jump right back in with you guys for the rest of the products. Okay, I just wanted to jump back in really quickly because I swatched this on my hand. It was 8 minutes ago, and this is what it looks like completely dried down. Now I'm going to swatch a fresh swatch right next to it and show you just how the color changes. Whoa, that is pretty drastic. I didn't realize how drastic that is. I mean, it still looks really good on my face, but that color is very different. I don't know, that's just something to note, but it's still like one of my favorite new foundations ever. So just keep it in mind, maybe buy a shade like 1 to 2 shades lighter than you normally would, and that shouldn't be a problem because she came out with 40 freaking shades. Okay, so my eyeshadow is done. I only set my under eyes thanks to this foundation since it is a soft matte. I really don't have to set anywhere except for the places I put concealer. So I just set my, like I said, my under eyes and a little bit around my nose, and that is so awesome. Okay, next we are going to move into blush because I already have bronzer on my face. I bought the Matchstick in Chili Mango, which you guys might think is crazy, but I love orange, corally, bright orange blushes. I think they look awesome on my skin tone. And so I was so excited to buy this and use this as a blush today. I have not used this. I've only swatched it in store. What I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna warm it up on my finger and just kind of pat it in with my finger. And if I need to use the Beauty Blender or the Fenty Beauty Sponge, I will go in with that. But let's see how it goes. I'm so excited for this. You guys have no idea. I think I'm gonna use the Beauty Sponge just to kind of help tap it out a bit. That looks so pretty. Do you see that? I love that. Oh, that is pretty. Okay, time for this side. I don't know if I just did this side better, but I feel like I don't need the sponge as bad. I say as I'm tapping the sponge to blend it out. My skin looks so bright and healthy and alive, and it does have a little bit of shimmer into it, so it's a very like bright, healthy, shimmery blush kind of. Pretty sure she made this as a highlight for deep skin tones. I'm glad to show you that you can use this as a blush on like a light to medium skin tone, especially a blush on a medium skin tone. This would look stunning. Ugh, I love it. I'm so happy I bought it. I will say the formula of this Matchstick, it's not as like, it's not as creamy as other cream contour sticks that I've used before. It is a little bit drier of a formula, which means you just kind of have to be a little bit more careful when you're using it. Okay, next I have the Matchstick. It is the shade Starstruck, and this is a shimmer highlight. Obviously, this looks so stunning. This was the lightest shade she came out with, other than a shade called, I think it was called Celestial, and it was more of like a duochrome, unicorn, alien-y, and it had big chunks of glitter, so I just wasn't gonna use that on a day-to-day basis, so I didn't pick it up. But this might be slightly too dark for me, but what we're gonna do is try it on one side, and then I have a powder highlight I'm gonna try on the other side, and then we'll just see like which one we like more and you know what they look like. It's definitely a little too dark because when I look like this, you guys might not be able to tell, maybe you can, but I have like a shadow, almost like I brought a blush up high. I probably will prefer the powder highlight. I mean, it's pretty and it's slightly intense. It's just not exactly what I wanted. I think if you have more of a light to medium skin tone, whereas I have more of a fair to light, this would be a really awesome shade on you. I just think if you have as light or fair skin as me, it might be a little bit too dark, but you can get away with it. Like, it doesn't look bad on my face. I can just tell that I have a little bit of a shadow right here when I look straight. And in case you didn't see in the other 40 Fenty Beauty review videos you watched, these are magnetic, so if you're traveling and you have a few of these, it makes them really easy. Makes them really easy to keep organized and keep your travel makeup bag organized. Okay, now for the powder highlight. I have the Killiwatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in the shade Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I have not swatched this yet or used this at all. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it for you guys right now. Oh my gosh, these are so creamy. So one is slightly more subtle, and that's right here, and one is a lot more intense. They're both super buttery and super creamy, and they both swatch really well. It's hard to see this one just because it's not as intense, especially compared to that one. The more intense shade is called Fire Crystal, and the other shade is called Lightning Dust. What is so exciting is I picked up the weird freaking highlighting brush that's shaped like a shark tooth, like literally. Pretty cool though, and I haven't tried it yet, and I'm really excited. This brush is synthetic. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe do the not as vibrant side on this one because I already have highlight in the, whatever. I'm so excited. Look, it literally like hugs. It hugs your cheek. Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, lots of kickback Like not a lot, but more than some highlighters I've used before. Let's do this. Okay, let me make sure you guys can see.
Oh my.
This brush is actually really awesome for blending in highlight, and I was really concerned because it's such a weird shape. Do you guys see that highlight? I mean, I could put like 20 pounds on and be okay. I meant 20 pounds of highlight, not 20 pounds on my body. That was a weird saying. Why did you say that? I don't know, Kendra, why? Okay, now let's go in with the less, this one is not as, this one has like no kickback whatsoever. So that's something to note. The really metallic side has more kickback. This one has like nothing at all. And this is called Lightning Dust. Wait, this side is also super pretty. Okay, that is cool. So you just get like two really, really pretty highlights in one package. Do you guys see that? So this one's just slightly more metallic and glittery. This one is more like, it looks like, I don't want to say subtle because it's not subtle, but it's more like not metallic. I'm really good at figuring out like adjectives and you know, all that stuff, so thank you. Okay, what do I want to use for down the center of my nose? Yeah, let's use the very highlighty one. This is called Fire Crystal, and I'm just gonna, see, maybe this brush wasn't designed for like nose highlight. I mean, it'll work, but some people like a really thin line down their nose. Nose tip highlight. And let's just put a little bit right here and a little bit on the cupid bow. Man, if I don't like attract UFOs with this highlight, then... So I'm gonna take my little eyebrow highlighting brush and I'm gonna take the more subtle shade called Lightning Dust. And I'm just going to put that up here. That is so pretty as a brow bone highlight. I love that. It's a really pretty brow bone highlight. Because it's like super subtle, but it also adds a sheen. So it makes it look even more highlighted. I love it. Okay, let's do the last thing. I also have worn it maybe 5-6 times because I'm so obsessed. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. It's a universal shade and truly, truly, truly it looks good on legitimately every single skin tone I've seen wear it. It is so gorgeous. I've been wearing this without anything under it, but definitely want to try it with like a lip liner, a darker lip liner beneath it. Okay, so let me just put this on. I know like the foundation in this technically isn't a first impression, but you know, what kind of bad things can I say about a gloss? And literally nothing. So, unless it's sticky, which this is not. This looks flawless on everyone's skin tone. See how pretty that is? There's not really a ton of other things to say about this except for it is pretty long lasting. Whatever it is about this, it is also very, very hydrating, which is awesome for somebody who always has chapped lips like me. But anyways, I highly suggest picking this up because I just think it's stunning. Okay, final thoughts and everything before this video turns into a million years long. I love, love, love the foundation. Just as I said in my vlog clips, as I said earlier in this video, this foundation really suits my skin even though I have really dry skin. Like I said before, just going with a hydrating primer. This does last quite a long time and I think the packaging is so beautiful and there's 40 shades. So if a new company doesn't come out with a new foundation and make at least 20 shades, they're doing something wrong. The sponge, I am so impressed with the sponge. I had not a lot of hopes for this. I thought it was gonna be not that great because I've used so many sponges that aren't the Beauty Blender that have just really let me down. But this sponge has been incredible and I love how it has like a flat side and then a more bouncy round side. Anyways, I love this sponge and I think it's a few bucks actually cheaper than the Beauty Blender. Next, we have the Match Stix. These are the only things where I would say you probably don't need this unless you really think one of the shades is perfect. Like I'm actually really happy I have the Chili Mango shade. I love this shade. I love it as a blush and I think it'll really suit my skin tone. Actually, it suits all skin tones. But for me as a blush, I love it. But I think like, unless you feel like you need this, the powder highlights are just so much better. I mean, maybe there are other highlight shades and especially ones for medium to dark to deep skin tones. Those might be even better and unfortunately I can't really test those out. But for me, this just isn't like I'm sure I'll use it occasionally, but it's just not gonna be something that I'm ever gonna be wowed by. The freaking powder highlight, if you just go buy it. Whether you need a new highlighter or not, I think you need this in your life. It is stunning. I love that you get two really pretty highlight shades in one package. I know that the Killiwatt highlighter in Trophy Wipe is a huge success, and I think it would look like a joke on my skin tone. As an eyeshadow, I think it looked stunning, but as a highlight, I didn't buy it because I think it would not look good. But this is literally flawless. I think it looks so stunning. The really metallic side, the not as metallic side, they both look amazing. I think I'm gonna get a lot of good use out of this. And the compact is so cute. I don't know if you can tell, but it's white and it kind of has like a duochrome lavender sparkly finish. And you get like a pretty good size mirror in here, which is awesome because for travel, we all need some mirrors. The gloss, as I was saying earlier, I'm obsessed with this gloss. I've used it a lot. I just keep it by my desk at work and just give myself a little touch up. So there is a little bit of glitter in it, but it looks so natural. It doesn't come off as glittery at all. It just looks really sheeny and pretty. Also, I think you should buy this brush just because it's so unique and innovative. And also, nobody's come out with anything like this, and also it really works. So that's what I have to say about this. Okay, you guys, so I've talked way too much. This video is probably way too long, but I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, definitely make sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you enjoyed it and you're new here, hit the subscribe button down below because I love doing review videos. I do a ton. They're so fun and I love makeup. I just love playing around with makeup and you know. But I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever it is that you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
Waiting here for someone. Only yesterday we were on the run. You smile.